Hey guys, and welcome back to Paper Mario: The Thousand Year Door. In this part, we are going to be starting the X-Naut Fortress, which has a pretty bitchin' theme song, if I do say so myself. Anyway, a part of why I like this area so much is that, unlike your stereotypical final dungeon, which is epic and sprawling and has all sorts of crazy traps and whatnot, although there are the occasional trap in the X-Naut Fortress, like right here with the electric floor, where you have to remember the arrangement of of electrified spots. I do think that the tiles are differentiated slightly, so if you don't remember, you're still okay. But
I just thought it was their disco floor.
oh,
I mean,
probably
did you hear this background music?
true. But part of why I like it so much is that it's not structured like a final dungeon. It's structured like a science headquarters. It's got like 4 floors. They're all hallways and they're all rooms with a purpose. So that's not something that grounded is not something you see very often in a video game like this. So I thought I'd want to bring note to it because I think that that's really cool. So
Almost like it's some sort of space hotel.
what do you mean by it? It's not a hotel. This isn't one of their seven Cooper resorts, John. And if you need help and need to check the enclosed instruction book, I'm surprised you made it this far into the game in the first place. There's nothing really in there besides health warnings in the basic tutorial anyway. So, yeah.
No, I'm pretty sure that Paper Mario: The Thousand Year Door had an actual instruction manual.
Oh, no, it definitely did. I just don't think it had anything of note in it. Like, hold on.
Except how to play the game.
I was getting my manual too.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
I have it in the other room. Unfortunately, when I was a kid, I had a really bad habit of throwing away the instruction manuals for my games.
Oh,
That was.
why?
I don't know. I was dumb. I want to smack younger me too, but I didn't stop until right at the very end of the GameCube era, and I haven't done it since. But young me just thought it was a waste of paper and threw it away. So
You know what's really a waste of paper? Throwing it away.
yeah. Okay. You can tell 10-year-old Ted this, all right? 22-year-old Ted thinks no wait. Yeah, 22-year-old Ted agrees with you.
You forgot how old you were for a second there.
I've stopped
You can ask
caring.
10-year-old Ted. 22-year-old Ted is dumb.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, so I think we need to find some card keys in order to open up the door in order to get to the final area of the game. So, yeah, awkward jump cut because that random battle that wasn't important had a level up in it. Yeah.
Woo.
I don't know how all these Goombas got here, but whatever. Whoosh. Yeah, but anyway, yeah, this isn't, oh, my stage got even bigger too, awesome. But yeah, there isn't too much that's particularly tricky in the X-Naut Fortress. The only thing is that for most of this area, you can't go back until you find a specific part of the room, and you're not allowed full access to the headquarters just from the start. You have to find elevator keys as well as card keys in order to get from place to place. So
So it's the Shinra Tower.
basically it's a non-linear, very open area, but it's structured in what you are allowed to get through. And the fact that most of the areas are very small means that it's not really a big pain to backtrack in either. This is if you're trying to get a complete catalog. This is a very easy enemy to miss. The X Yucks. Oh no, she just said it's pronounced the Cross Yucks. Yeah, whatever. It's the X Yucks. Whatever, Goombella. You can't tell me how to live my life. Anyway, this enemy is only in this one room in the entire game. I don't even think it's in the Pit of 100 Trials. So if you're trying to go for a complete catalog, this is a very easy one to miss. So just
Pink puffs these are, huh?
yeah, well, you don't get anything cool for beating them in a 1 in 64 chance.
Man, in RPGs, trying to get a complete enemy log is always such a pain. And one of the first things that you gain access to in Xenoblade Chronicles X is the enemy intel section, which automatically fills in as you defeat enemies. But you've got to defeat like 3 or 4 of every enemy to get all of their stats listed, and you only get the items that they drop listed as you acquire them from that enemy.
Oh, Portrait of Ruin does that shit too, and I hate it.
So
Yeah.
let's say a goblin drops a potion. You can't, even if you pick up a potion other places in the game.
Yeah,
It will only
yeah.
list that the goblin drops the potion if you pick up a potion from a goblin.
So, like, okay, there are like 3, 4, maybe 5 random enemies in the first area you start the game in after you wake up in your cryopod, and I spent, like, maybe 15 minutes in that area trying to fill in every last detail of that handful of enemies before I decided, fuck this shit, and just wrote the enemy intel a section of the game off as something that I wouldn't complete.
But 100%, Lewis. Does the game even... I know the Xenoblade Chronicles X catalogs, like, your survey completion, like, how much of the map you've uncovered. Does it mark your completion percentage, like, just in general, of how much of everything?
Your survey completion isn't just how much of the map you've filled in. You fill in the map by getting data probe sites, but each data probe site only counts as one segment of the map's worth of completion. There is a survey objective for every hexagonal chunk of the map that you need to complete in order to increase your percentage further. So you could probably get the minimum amount of completion that you need to progress the story just by putting down data probes, but to actually complete the game, you've got to do other things, and usually you find out what those other things are by walking past certain people in town and overhearing that they found something, or someone else found something, but they haven't been able to recover it yet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Fog. Oh, God. I forgot how annoying this was. Randomly in battle, once you get to a certain stage size, fog will start appearing on the battle, which gives your attacks and a chance of missing. Bobbery, when he explodes, sometimes gets rid of it, but sometimes it doesn't, like it does right there. And it's obnoxious. It's probably the one battle the one like random battle thing that just straight up irritates me. In this game, like, most of the random battle stuff, like when your enemies will freeze or when a light drops on you, I can deal with it.
What's this curse doing?
Increasing the amount of coins I have, which isn't super helpful because I'm already almost at max again. But at least my coin counter isn't maxed out this time, so there's that.
So you got something out of it.
Yeah, I don't spend an awful lot of money. The game gives you.
Who the hell?
This is Grotus.
What's with the chairs that are that tall?
That's Grotus. That's Grotus's chair. This is Grotus's throne room, basically.
Yeah, remember we commented on earlier. We wondered if he was compensating for something.
Yeah, with the obnoxiously plush carpet and.
But those chairs exist in the real world too. It's like, why?
To look fancy.
Yeah, look fancy as shit.
You look like you're trying to stick an Arkenstone in the top of your fucking kitchen table. Kitchen chair.
Oh yeah, I don't remember if these codes are randomized or not. Because if they are randomized, you should write that down. If they aren't randomized, memorize it and use it for all of your runs.
Why did you open every locker door except one?
I think I'm trying to get a specific secret, and I forgot that you had to drop in from above in order to get that secret to happen. So that's why I'm kind of fiddling about in here. This is the change.
You see, the reason he didn't open that locker is because there's a megaphone in it, and Mario doesn't think that's useful yet.
Yeah.
I saw that part. Final Fantasy VII. It's only funny when you know in retrospect that Kate Sith uses a megaphone, and I know it's really weird calling him Kate Sith because I know it's supposed to be pronounced Katchi, but I associate that with the actual mythological cat thing. And
but
Kate
you want to know
with the
you want to know the kicker about that particular megaphone? It's his ultimate weapon.
Yep.
Wait, really? You find
it?
You find his ultimate weapon when you go back. Okay, I'm gonna keep that in mind.
When you go back to Midgar at the end of Disc 2, when you're in the train tunnel, you can go straight to the boss of Disc 2, or you can go in the opposite direction down the train tunnel and sneak into Shinra Tower again. Now, sneaking into Shinra Tower is completely fucking useless because there's nothing to do there, except that you can pick up that goddamn megaphone.
Okay, well, I'm gonna keep that. Okay, I'm not gonna. You know what? I'm not gonna bitch on Cloud here for not picking that thing up. Why didn't Reeve give that to Kate Shi in the first place? Like,
That's
Probably didn't
what
know
I
it
was
was
about
there.
to say.
You probably didn't know it was there. Comes upside.
I always thought that was his locker, though, and we were just breaking into it because that's what RPG gear
Keeps
is.
a megaphone in a fucking locker.
I don't know. Who designs their battle mech like that, okay? Like, come on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On the subject of the ultimate weapons in that game, Ted, since I know you're currently in the process of playing it, I would research what the ultimate weapons do when you get them, because the ultimate weapons in Final Fantasy VII aren't powerful simply because they have the highest stats. They actually inflict higher damage under different circumstances, like Cloud's ultimate weapon, Ultima Weapon. It inflicts damage when you're at higher HP.
Okay, it's one of those.
yeah.
Okay, because there have been weapons that do that. Like, I think Tifa had a weapon that did more damage when she was at low health. So I'll have to keep that in mind.
Yeah, well, all of the ultimate weapons in the game have that sort of stipulation to them, so...
Yeah.
Each one has a different one, though. So.
Okay.
Power Soul, Cursed Ring. You're welcome.
Okay, then. Yeah, we'll do that game eventually. Don't worry. Probably. Like,
Eventually.
Yeah.
Same
We'll
sort
give you
of
guys a
thing.
release date for the release date sometime down the road.
The release date for the release date. Aw, man. It's funny because it actually happens.
and not just Square, too. Yeah. But anyway, we're playing an RPG where the protagonist doesn't have spiky hair for a change.
Well, I don't know. When he takes that hat off, he might just have a really bad bedhead, you know?
When Mario takes his hat off, he takes damage. In Mario 64 at the very least. Oh wait, hold on. I love this hidden Easter egg. There's one like this in every Mario RPG. You open the door and you're 8-bit Mario. But what
Yeah.
makes this one better than the one in Super Mario RPG and the one in the original Paper Mario is that they give you 8-bit sprites of all the party members.
Oh man, that's wonderful. Does that persist into battle?
No, it's just for this run.
I wish.
It's always just a one-room thing.
Oh.
I don't know what the 8-bit version of Flurry still has like a pixelized outline of her boobs,
Yeah.
and I don't know why. That kind of grosses me out. A little
Yeah,
bit.
but it's just a random thing
No,
that they put in there
you know
for fun.
why? You know why it grosses you out? Because you're unconsciously thinking of the porn games that the AVGN did, because they were like the only 8-bit pre-8-bit.
Maybe, but it also could be because they kind of make it look like Fleur is rocking them fucking 80-year-old sags, and I was like, no.
Okay, well that's in a mental image that I didn't need to have right now.
You
Okay.
got a cog.
Anyway, this is important. The cog isn't important, but this teleporter thing here. This will give you a teleporter room back to the Toad Town. I always call them that. Back to the Rogueport sewers. So if you're running low on items or like on health, or you want to go do extra stuff, you can always go back. You need to press the teleporter. You need to start the teleporter in order for that room to become unlocked, though. So now you can go back and forth whenever you wish. So that's an important thing to keep in mind. The cog that you get in that room, though, is completely optional. It's just for a minigame. So,
Okay.
yeah, that's not needed for any of the side quests at all. That's actually one thing that I like a lot about this area is that even though it's very late in the game, it's still got like little hidden stuff that you can find, and I appreciate
Yeah, it's just,
it.
you know, when I think of hidden stuff, I don't think of stuff like cogs. Cogs are like that one cliche key item that you need to solve a puzzle, you know?
Okay, well we're not gonna be seeing what the cogs do next until next part, but if you remember from earlier in the game, this is the room where Princess Peach got invisible, and there's no purpose to it in this part of the game, and all of the it's just here because it was here earlier. But all of the memos have different dialogue, and it's pretty funny. So I figured I always go out of my way to read it.
It's kind of like revisiting the Raccoon City Police Department in Resident Evil 3. Most of the stuff there doesn't do anything anymore. It's just a part of the city that you can see again.
It's still there, so there's no reason why you shouldn't be able to go to it. is my
It's just the stuff that you did there before isn't there to do anymore. It's just a charming revisit that gives the world some cohesion.
What's going on with Vivian there?
She kept on. Okay, so since your partners are programmed to follow you, and she kept on touching the electrified parts of the floor. You have to follow the path that's set on that poster in the background. So yeah, so
she kept getting shocked.
Shocked and then shot up into the air, and she'd probably land in an area where she would also get shocked again. So
a vicious cycle.